Hello everybody, it's really nice to be here tonight with all of you. My name is Polhamus. I'm a 20-year-old. I'm currently going after an associate's, and I was completely new to this whole community. I basically started school as basically a newborn to everything having to do with computers. It's very new to me. And what I do for work right now is I'm a work study. I have a lab on campus where I help students with different programming languages, different softwares, if they're doing graphic design, and just all sorts of stuff. I've tried to deepen my knowledge by teaching other people what I know, trying to find ways to apply what I've learned in creative, fun ways, and all sorts of different ways, really. I've had internships where it was mainly graphic design based, but you know, all knowledge is valuable, so I appreciated it. And right now I'm actually working with my previous K-12 school district and their computer science curriculum, and it's really fun to, see something that wasn't there when I went there just a few years ago starting to be implemented, because I think that just being exposed is so big to, learning. What I've seen firsthand in my lab is, specifically with code, structural confusion. People typically understand the syntax of a language pretty easily, but they don't know the order of operations. They'll be calling variables before they really say what they are, and they won't really understand how the code works, but they just know how to create it, but it doesn't really work that way. Another thing is, the most important thing to me is just the failure to expose. I mean, me being a female, a young female, nobody really came to me saying like, hey, do you want to be a computer scientist? Do you want to make websites? Do you want to write programs? No, everybody comes to you and they say, hey, do you want to be a nurse? Do you want to be a teacher? And I think that just asking, your daughters, your aunts, anybody, hey, do you want to, learn anything about computer science? That's the biggest help in getting more women in tech. So what's in the works for the future generations? Luckily, seeing it firsthand with my old school, they're starting computer science education in K-12, so it's not like you have to jump into college, head first and say, oh, I think this is fun, let's try it out. They're being exposed to it earlier, and I'm so happy about that. And more than this, they're having like healthy competitive frameworks. They're having contests. My school is actually working with HP Code Wars, and it's fun to see them working in a team, not just working, by themselves. It's nice to have that kind of learning environment. And they get to choose a lot of the things that they learn about. Because a lot of people, they're like, well, what can I use this for? What can I create with this code that I've learned? And it's like the best way to learn about it is to really just use it for what you want. What I'd like to see, specifically because I'm a college student, is more creative freedom in programming courses. I mean, a lot of the assignments, you just kind of get handed them and it's like, hey, write this code. But then when you're outside of the class, you want to use it for something and you don't really know how to apply it in that creative way. And one of the biggest things that I would like to see is just talking about kind of like the way computers think, not just the language they speak in, but how they speak it, why they speak it, how to apply that. I think that's really valuable. Thank you guys so much for my talk.